is that server? Hades Underground.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? If you're new to the channel, my name is Shadiq and I think KRXOVR Media. And this right here is one of my returning guests. His name is Frank. He's one of my fraternity brothers. Every once in a while, I hold out on certain songs and reactions. So that way, I get to react to it with him. We have a day off from work and school today, so we're gonna get straight into this one. It's Zone 2. I'm hearing some good things about this one. I'm actually hearing some mixed things, but I like the fact that they have a little bit of a social media campaign around this song, where comrades are posting his story of like people saying never have I ever done outlandish things. So then the name of the song is Never Have I Ever. So I think I have an idea of as to what we can expect from this one. But anyway, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Let's get it. Oh, that's a tag. Okay.
I was about to say.
I thought it was a sample, right?
It already sounds chaotic. I'm sorry? Since when did he have a tag?
That's what I'm saying. The same thing. Como. This beat is sounding mean.
Sinister.
Let's play Never Have I Ever. Never have I ran from feds. Never have I ran man down my well. Never have I ying man's chest. Belly your back, legs, arms, wherever. Never have I ever been charged to sit in a cell, had to write no letter. Look, never have I ying man down. Too far to that man just sweating. Never have I jumped up quick while the whip still.
I got you, yeah. That was a lot.
So,
that was a lot.
How drunk were they at the end of this game? Look at the bottle of Henny, bro. It's done. It was done before the game started.
That's a dangerous beverage. Not a fan.
Oh boy.
This one never have ever. That was like, damn.
He sounded like he was about to name drop every hood just now, like.
Yo. Never have ever heard from feds.
Never ever had a beef with the roof, and I took the roof and I wind that roof. Then I ying that and sing that doom. Mad censorship.
Let's play Never Have I Ever. Never have I ran from feds. Never have I ran man down my well. Never have I ying man's chest. Belly your back, legs, arms, wherever. Never have I ever been charged to sit in a cell, had to write no letter. Look, never have I ying man down. Too far to that man just sweating. Never have I jumped up quick while the whip still skidding. Trying to be the one that get him. Never have I did up at.
I have to point this out. Their flow in the delivery is actually ridiculous here.
It's pretty hard. Yeah.
It's old. To say never have I ever and just say never have I, like just the way that they're doing it, like people talk about pockets, right, and all that stuff. I'm not really too into like too much of the technical side, but like that's very unorthodox drill flow. It's to be able to say that the way that they're saying it and staying perfectly on beat and not being awkward with it. Like never have I ever, never have I ever, never have. It's like that's a tongue twister almost if you say it enough times.
Yeah.
It's clean, yo.
M-way trip. Never have I jumped up quick while the whip still skidding. Trying to be the one that get him. Never have I did up an M-way trip and a thing with sticks with my old school brethren. Never have I had the intention to roll on them and then do it in seconds. Never have I been on a stolen car. Never have I been a gang member. Never have I banged no whack. Never have I cheated the next man's leng one. Never been a young offender. Never do I ever sell drugs. Never have I been on a block like Jenga. Can't been on a block like bricks. The block's been rubbed out like this. When a friend got bun in the chest like fix. I ying that swing that don't miss. No make money, don't take no risk. I ying that you in a non that.
I always point this out, like how references are always made around the same time. Like we just listened to No Miming, and you know MB had something about open up your chest like Vicks. I feel like somebody, Gets had the something in your chest like Robitussin bar and Inspire in the booth. Like anyway, yeah.
Can't been on a block like bricks. The block's been rubbed out like this. When a friend got bun in the chest like fix. I ying that swing that don't miss. No make money, don't take no risk. I ying that you in a non that's this. Then I took away his 1-2 fist. True say I couldn't keep calm, but I know I left more than a 1-2 rip. More than a 1-2, yo. Never have I done it all day. Never have I done it all day. Never have I been stuck in a trap with a slate from morning. I've been all day. Never have I been probation with my phone on block. Should have been on vibrate. Never have I ever sent bread to my mates in the gates. Have I ever? What's inside my sweater? Have I ever been in a ding dong sleeves on my hands? Couldn't find no leather.
Now, people how he switched up the flow.
Yeah,
like,
I was just about to
so
say that,
like he had the faster flow, and out of nowhere he kind of slowed it right back down. And it's like if you weren't really deep in it, it would just happen. You wouldn't really picked up on it. Like they're doing like on a technical level, they're actually doing really well. Like on a technical level here.
You know, it's funny. A while ago, you know, we were just talking about like getting the opportunity to grow with some artists now.
Yeah.
My first introduction to Zone 2 was No Censor, right?
Same.
Yeah. It was It is what it is.
One hell of an introduction.
But from a technical standpoint too, you can hear like the growth and just them as individual artists. Like Trizak, his energy was already shown off rip, but he comes with a different energy now. Of course, he's not on this track, but just for an honorable mention.
100%.
But like for this, we're hearing them like flow completely different.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Never have I ever sent bread to my mates in the gates. Have I ever? What's inside my sweater? Have I ever been in a ding dong sleeves on my hands couldn't find no leather? Have I ever?
This is a smooth flow.
Baby, you could do better. Have I ever told bro spin it? I just see it up. Let's get the Beretta. Let's play never have I ever. Never have I ran from fence. Never have I ran man down my wetter. Never have I ying man's chest, belly your back, legs, arms, wherever. Never have I ever been charged to sit in a cell, had to write no letter. Look, never have I ying man down, too far to the man just sweating. Never have I jumped up quick while the whip's still skidding, tryna be the one that get him. Never have I did up an M-way trip in a dinger with sticks with my old school brethren. Never have I had the intention to roll on them and then do it in seconds. Never have I taped off strips. Never have I read their one up. Never have I chased them pricks. Never have I raised my gun up. Have you ever take them risks? Never have I ever made more than 2 in a day. Have you ever made them flips? Remember that time we could've got hands on a K? Have you ever seen them clips? Have you ever jumped to the skid? Pull up with the real life facts, you'll see it.
Bruh. Bruh.
Yo.
You know what's funny? I've been seeing that line, right? I've been trying to avoid getting spoiled. I've seen it, but hearing it is one thing, right? Mm-hmm. I know Lee was losing his mind to that. A couple people, somebody compared it to Ship had a part, I think it's Dilly Duppy. In one of his songs, he had no, it wasn't his Dilly. He had a song. He had one of his songs. Chip had a line. He's like, show me how whatever it was. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is I think this is probably the hardest onomatopoeia bar, onomatopoeia sequence I've ever heard.
Onomatopoeia.
Never have I ever made more than 2 in a day. Have you ever made them flips? Remember that time we could've got hands on a K? Have you ever seen them clips? Have you ever jumped to the skid? Put up with the real life facts you'll see in the cinema. You want beef? Come give me now.
No, but in the way he came right back to
speaking English.
No, jerk. I like, you ever seen like those posts where like somebody would like on Genius where they would break down like the sequences and lines, right? They'll show you, cool. They'll like highlight all the green parts that have one particular so like how he had this, but then he said cinema the same with that same kind of cadence as he did the onomatopoeias, right? Those are the very small kind of technical things. That's what I like about certain artists, like when they take the effort to actually tap into something slightly more technical. There's certain artists when you hear them, even like when Walks is reacting, like there's a bunch of us in the stream chat like, yo, this person has done grime. Because something about the way that they flow, they're finding different parts of the beat to flow, but it still sounds drill at the same time. Like, I like artists, for example, like Zone 2, right now, where they're on a drill beat, but they're finding new ways to flow. And it doesn't sound out of pocket. It doesn't sound just wrong. You feel me?
Put up with real life facts you'll see in the cinema. You want beef? Come give me now. Back ting whole cylinder. 2 shacks up and they go for similar. 2 shacks up. Never have I ever been 2 shacks up. Never have I ever been 30 and flow with the dirtiest whore. Just give a man up. Have you ever been with a bitch? You back at a stick. She looking at you like you're fucked, but she looking at you wanna fuck. Hitsquad baby, I'm busting my nut. Came along with her trying to lie with kettles. I do wrong with metals. Then I make it all right with devil. I'm a 2-shack devil, don't play me. I cling to my shank like pebbles. You get shook when they see this rebel.
Yo, they always got 2. There's always 2 or 3 they got on them. A lot of artists always somebody they always have 2. Is the backup like
Because the hunting jam.
No, I'm talking about that. They always have 2 Rambos or 2. There's always a 2 Rambo, 2 this. There's always 2.
If the hunting jam,
Jesus Christ.
if the blade fall, if he leave the blade in him, yes, it's backup, bro. It's backup.
We got the drill professor over here.
I've never done it. I've never done it.
Never have I ever. When my niggas do roll, baby, don't get involved, cause the beats don't show. Let's play never have I ever. Never have I ran from fence. Never have I ran man down my wetter. Never have I ying man's chest. Belly your back, legs, arms, wherever. Never have I ever been charged and sit in the cell, had to write no letter. Look, never have I ying man down. Too far to the man just sweating. Never have I jumped up quick while the whip still skidding. Tryna be the one that get him. Never have I did up an M-way tripping a dinger with sticks with my old school brethren. Never have I had the intention to roll on them and then do it in seconds.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I wasn't even focused on the beat like that. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't even focused on the beat like that. Normally, like that's one of the hard things about doing reaction videos. Like you have to listen to different things at different times. So like if I know a song is a hook, if I've already heard the hook, I stop focusing on the hook and I listen to the beat to try to have something to say about the beat. Like so, trying to find those moments to pick something to focus on actively that has something to say. It's one of some of the more non-tangible things about doing reaction videos that people don't probably realize is actually pretty difficult. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna play this one back a little bit, and yeah. So in this channel we hold the vowels. That means we're getting straight into it, and this was really good. This was really good. I hear where the praise comes in, and I also hear where some of the, for lack of a better way to put it, some of the criticism came in. So like some of the things that people were saying was they felt like PS didn't deliver the way that he normally does in terms of like his wordplay, I guess. But at the same time, for this kind of song, as we were talking about earlier, right? I think it's probably a different video about having balances in different areas in which you excel. While they didn't while out on the lyricism, the concept was cold, right? So that's one of the things I think holds together in terms of the lyricism. Having that concept, returning to it, not just making it a hook, like making it a constant thing throughout the whole song. I don't say it replaces, but it supplements the dial back on some of the more crazier wordplay that we may normally get from them.
Yeah, I mean it's always gonna be about, you know, did you do what you hope to deliver? Like, yeah, you came with this theme, stuck to it like almost flawlessly, honestly. Not even almost. You could say it was flawless at this point. They started off practically every verse with never have I ever, and they did it in a way that was tasteful, and you could like, you could hear that it still flowed into what they wanted to say. Fluidly. So,
it didn't sound forced. It didn't sound awkward. And even with the ways that it said never have I ever, like it's not easy to say that over and over. I don't even know how many takes that took. Just the way that they did it, just adds that extra layer that makes it something that stands out. This is one of those that's gonna be a little bit more notable to me by the end of the year when I'm like really trying to figure out what came out this year. Like I'm gonna remember this song for those kinds of moments. The flows were cold. The flows, for all intents and purposes, were perfect. Like just with the way that they had the never have I ever, the way that they never made it stale, it didn't get boring. Some of the more finer pockets that they found, like it's just cold.
You know, there's like this weird like juxtaposed position in drill now that I find it's like you taking the child and innocent aspect of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then like merging it with just the raw, gritty aspects.
Yeah. That's what you're saying.
Like this in itself was just like, oh, never have I ever. It's like the most innocent thing you can think of. Of course, it's an adult game, right? But like to a degree, it's like you being a child and bringing that out of your adulthood, right? And they literally took the game that is usually just super harmless and just jokey and just mixed it in with a drill track. It's something special. Like you don't really sit down and think, okay, this is something that anybody would have just thought.
Yeah, facts. I agree. The beat was okay. It wasn't bad. Was it super duper noteworthy? Like it was a good beat. Like I don't think that anything about it really stood out to me. But I think also, to be fair, that could also be due to the fact that they were wilding in their own way too. So I didn't even have a chance to really focus on the beat so much because what they were doing with regards to the concept and the delivery kind of outshined the beat. But the beat never got in their way.
It wasn't anything we haven't heard.
Exactly. That's probably the best way to put it. It wasn't anything that we haven't already heard. I think where this one holds up lyrically is in the concept. And the execution of the concept. Alright, cool. They may not have done some of the things that they've done in even like on 8-bar freestyle, right? I was just listening to that earlier. They were wild on 8-bar freestyle. But 8-bar freestyle isn't as catchy as this. Right? 8-bar freestyle is replayable in its own way, but this has a different kind of replayability. I can acknowledge it didn't go as hard as they normally do, but what they did do made up for, again, the replay value, right? The replay, that concept alone gave it more replay value than the lyricism and the beat does. In my opinion, that's what the bulk of the replay value is in. It's the playfulness / the not so playful, but also with the scheme, the concept, the delivery, all of those things added up towards a perfectly replayable song.
And I mean that's kind of how I look at drill now, especially like the way the sound has evolved over time. It's still very lyrically heavy, but it's not like what we were exposed to in like 2018, 2019. Facts. Like now it's like, did you enjoy it? Yes. Did you just have fun? Yeah. Like, and listening to this, I just had fun listening to it. Yeah. You know, catching the theme and just thinking about, wow, this is really just a game of never have I ever on a drill beat. Yeah.
I agree. I think it's good. I think that's a good note to end on. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section down below. And as always, hang tight for some more reactions. We do got more of this coming for y'all. But until next time, peace.